You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Hey.
How's my two favorite little love buggers?
Doing good.
For those of you who don't know, John and Heidi Small, they don't just share a last name, they share a life. Blissfully wed for darn near 2 decades.
Almost
That's
20
right,
years,
almost.
yeah.
Almost 20 years, and I'm just going to throw this out there because I like to be helpful. You two thought about seeing other people. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm a kidder.
You've told us that twice now in the last couple of days.
Hey, I'm just pushing for show content here.
Whatever I can get.
This is a huge day, a big day, certainly for us, because we're just huge proponents. This is, without a doubt, the finest nation and country known to mankind.
Absolutely,
ever.
without a doubt.
Ever since the inception of mankind. It is Flag Day.
It is. Look what I have in the
Nice.
corner to celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
Flag Day. I brought a flag in the studio. It's going to stay there now.
So, hey, channel your inner Betsy Ross. Fly it, flaunt it,
you know,
post it, lapel pin it.
Betsy gets a lot more credit than she deserves.
That's
sadly.
true. That whole story, some of it is wrapped in myth, some of it in
Little fishy.
lore.
Grandson,
Little factual.
almost 100 years after, it was like they approached the 100th anniversary of our country. Her grandson made that story popular, and then he was selling the official Betsy Ross flags. So he had everything to gain for that story to be true, but there's like not a whole lot of evidence that it really is.
Well, we're not all perfect, John.
I understand. I just wanted to make sure you understood.
I mean, you know, Betsy, what are you going to do? I think it's fascinating that the first official Old Glory, the flag, was first adopted by our founding fathers in 1777.
Yeah.
I love the number 7.
Yeah.
I have some friends, there's a group in northwest Wisconsin called Bikers for Christ.
Yeah.
And every one of them has
A big
777 inked somewhere on their bodies.
Yeah.
And just quick little research, the biblical meaning
Yeah.
of the number 777 that actually references the last day of creation, also a reference for the genealogy of Jesus, Son of God.
Yeah.
7 considered to be God's number,
Yeah.
and also represents both completion and perfection. So, adopting our first flag in 1777, then the coincidence?
Probably. But
I think not.
I think not.
Oh, no, not
Isn't
at
that
all.
fascinating?
I do feel like this country has been blessed by. I think we are absolutely blessed.
Think of it
So
this way, if somebody like me
yeah.
can survive all these years,
right,
where else could I do this?
right, exactly.
You drop me in the Mideast, I'm stoned in 2 minutes. And I don't mean narcotically.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, so it is Flag Day. Pay
It
a
is.
little homage, man. We are who we are. And
There's an event going on at Veterans Memorial Park. I've got the
Correct.
details on our Facebook page.
Yes,
if
you
you'd like
posted
to.
that about a week ago. And
Yeah, it's cool. That's I'm going to try to make it to that. I think it's going to be a neat event. So all the details on that event at facebook.com/sunnyradio.
Do you have a credit card? Is it the very best credit card? Many people get their credit card as a response to an offer that was mailed to you. These are typically not the best cards. Check the fine print for the fees and interest. We have a website that compares many different cards being offered so you can find the one that's the best fit for you. If you'd like to find a better credit card, we'd love to help at bettercreditcards.net. There's no obligation. Just click and compare to see if we can get you a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net.
Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner. He's getting all choked up over it over here.
Hey! Chilling. You got to let me know when it's coming.
That's right.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm good.
Coffee down the wrong pipe and everything there.
Bear with the Ranger here just a second.
All right. Ranger Dan's getting ready. He's
Morning, chillin'.
morning, Ranger Dan.
Radio Rangers. Gather around the radio. Ranger Dan's going to lay some critter knowledge on you.
I'm ready for that.
Okay, everyone has seen it. I've been asked about this countless times, so I'm just going to address it. The latest TV commercial campaign for Liberty Mutual, Limo Emu
Yeah.
and Doug.
Yeah.
What?
There's an emu now
An
in the
emu
Liberty commercials.
Okay.
Starring in an insurance commercial.
Yeah, because,
I've
the
not
one
seen
group
this.
has the gecko.
Whatever.
And then there's another
Now
group
they
that has
have,
other
they
stuff.
have an emo, and frankly, I'm a big fan.
One has a duck.
Whenever you can give a critter, a job, I'm all for it.
Well, yeah.
Because basically, they're kind of, you got to feed them and take care of them. They don't do a lot.
I don't know if you know this, but like the Yo Quiero Taco Bell dog, he doesn't have that gig anymore. Now he's dead.
Got
Did you know
fired.
that?
See, well, yeah. He
like 30
died in
years ago,
obscure
so-
poverty and whatever.
Homeless, living in alleys.
The emu happens to be the second largest bird on God's green earth,
How cool is that?
right behind the ostrich.
Why wouldn't they have gone with the ostrich, I wonder?
I don't know. Apparently, emus are better actors. You ask Ranger Dan things, and
It's hard to train an ostrich.
if Ranger
And
Dan were allowed to carry
are
a
in
gun,
the union, John. They're a lot harder to get a hold of and
Get a pay scale
pay.
and
but they're
Yep.
indigenous to Australia. In fact, Australia is lousy with emus. In fact, in Australia, emus, just like ducks are in this country, they're free.
They're free.
Are they really?
You can just snag as many emus as you want.
What did you say his name was?
Limu.
Limu the emu.
Limu the emu.
Why not emo the emu?
Okay,
Right,
it's for
that isn't right.
Okay, let me piece this together for you.
Okay.
It's Liberty Mutual.
Okay.
Limu, Limu, Liberty Mutual.
Oh, Limu the emu.
Marketing degree is kind of a waste of money on you, wasn't it, John? Here's the thing. If you want an emu in the United States, you're going to pay about $12-15 for one.
Really?
Yep. true
Wow.
story. But here's the thing. They do pay back.
How's that?
Emu oil.
Really? There's
Emu
a
squeezes.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, you can go down to the store right now and you can buy a jug of blue emu.
Really?
It's great for joint pain, muscular pain.
Does that come from
aging.
emus?
Yes, it's emu squeezins.
You just squeeze it.
Johnny
and it
Bench and Mike
Squeezins.
Ditka pedal it on TV,
So
and it doesn't stink.
I don't know if I believe any of this.
it's nice.
Get on your Googlers.
I'm not Googling nothing.
All I
like
know
that.
is people were going, "Hey man, what's with the emu on that commercial?" And I'm just telling you what I know.
All right.
That's all I'm doing because I'm a ranger.
Limu the emu.
And I know these things. So if you do buy a emu, just make sure you know how to squeeze it to get the oil, so get your money back. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Wow. Wow. I'm Ranger Dan. Hey, little rangers, take your
Thanks,
vitamins,
Ranger Dan.
eat your vegetables.
I needed to catch my breath. Thanks for listening to the Ranger Dan's Critter Corner on Sunny 93.3.
The inventor of Rip It gloves has been a drywall guy for decades. He was trying to find gloves that worked for him and his crew, but nothing was quite right. So he went out and created some. Rip It gloves fit firm in your hand and protect your hands, but still allow you to use a touchscreen. Professional athletes love the extra grip Rip It gloves gives them. Painters, roofers, contractors, but also motorcycle and horseback riders. See why everyone loves Rip It gloves at ripitgloves.com. Use promo code radio to save 25%. That's RIPIT gloves.com, promo code radio.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are fab.
Fabulous.
Well, this is Water Cooler Talk.
I understand that, but this all started out with celebrity news.
Oh, yeah.
It did.
A few days back, we've just reslotted it because now it's hitting close to home.
It is.
Just to kind of bring us up to speed here, I did a story a few days back about how Justin Bieber, for some
Yes.
obscure reason, called out Tom Cruise to do an MMA cage match.
Yeah,
Wanted
for
to
no
fight him in
reason.
the octagon, and nobody really knows why.
Did they ever? Is that going to happen, or what's going on there?
I've been tracking it, and as far as I know, nobody from the Tom Cruise camp has even responded to it.
It was because it's just ridiculous.
But, and again, normally there's a reason for that kind of thing. And so, John, you asked the question.
I made the terrible mistake of asking Dan who he would fight, and he picked a geriatric man who may be dead.
He's not geriatric. He's just about 12 years older than me. His name's Oliver, and he had a couple of terrible hits in the 60s, and he's always just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
So then I asked Heidi, who would you fight? And she just threw out the first name that came to mind for some reason. And she said, I would call out Teresa Staley from the City Council of Sioux Falls. Now, it's not because we dislike Teresa. We actually love Teresa. She's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Full
Teresa.
disclosure,
She's all right.
I have never met Teresa.
So you've never met her in person?
So when you think
Teresa.
about it,
Serious?
it was really no different than Bieber calling out Cruz. Because
It's
there's
just
really
as
no
random.
reason.
It is just as random.
And so what's happened is Teresa is now aware of Heidi throwing shade, and now Teresa Staley
She
is
clapped back.
So, well, first,
did.
I'm looking at our Facebook page. This is from the other day when she responded. So this all started on, what day would that have been? Wednesday, I believe. And I said, this happened today, and I kind of explained it. And then I posted a link, because this program you're listening to right now, if you ever missed this, and you're really sad that you missed it, we post it as a podcast as well, which that's going to come back to bite us someday. But I posted the link to it, and the very first person on here who is a top fan of the page, Tim Tomczak, said, I would pay to see that.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then Teresa Staley said, don't think so. But then she offered some other ideas. She said, maybe a flower arranging contest. That was one. And
she is a gardener.
And then somebody said an arm wrestling match. That would seem harmless, Teresa Staley. So I don't know. And then she says, I'll take you on in a flower arranging contest. And she posted a photo. Or we could see who could sing a note the longest.
No,
and
she's also a vocal coach.
She's choosing the things that are in her wheelhouse.
She says, I'd even be willing to let people throw tomatoes at me for charity, which that has nothing to do with this. But if we can line that up too.
Okay, I'm thinking a trifecta.
That's really nice of you, Teresa.
It'll be a 3-event situation.
One that Heidi chooses, one that Teresa chooses, and then one that the listeners choose?
Yeah, I think people should start weighing in on this, and we will set it up so it's down at City Hall. It will be billed as the Sunny Brawl at City Hall.
Oh, hey, there you go. That'd be kind of fun.
Councilperson Teresa Staley and our own delightful Heidi the Beast Small.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heidi's been training for weeks, even though this just came up on Wednesday.
That's how these things happen. Somebody says something, and before you know it, somebody's going to be doing this and doing that, and this is how wars start, man. And I'm feeling good about this.
It's not a war. This is all in fun. So I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Teresa, by the way, thank you so much for playing along. We really do hope we can make something positive come from this silliness. I guess follow our Facebook page. I'm posting something right now to ask people. Teresa wants to do a flower arranging. What was the thing Heidi wanted to choose? What did you want to do?
I'd kind of like to go to the gun range.
So you want to do a little shoot, not shoot it like a shootout at each other, but shooting at targets, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got to set it up at City Hall.
Okay. Not sure how we're going to do that at City Hall.
But I thought beer pong would be fun.
Beer pong. I think I could dominate at beer pong.
We will send a thing on our Facebook page. We'll post it, and we'll see what people select, and hopefully everybody involved will play along and have some fun. And somehow we got to find a way to raise some money for a charity for this too.
Oh, well, it's not like I don't have a house payment. Doesn't always have to be about somebody else, John.
Our charity is Dan's house. It's just Dan's house.
I've worked hard on this event.
All right. Well, thank you very much for all that you're doing to work on this, Mr. Dan Farris.
Well, I'm a giver.
Yes, you are. I'm excited to see where this goes, and I just hope it doesn't get us all in trouble.
The Sunny Brawl at City Hall.
It's on the way. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.
Join us for a fun week in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic for the 3rd annual 80s in the Sand. We've been there the last 2 years. In addition to making a bunch of awesome new friends, we had so much fun meeting 80s actors and musicians. 80s in the Sand takes over the entire resort, so you'll mingle with them at the pools and the restaurants too. We'd love to have you join us. See the amazing lineup featuring Sammy Hagar and many more at radiotravelgroup.com. Save $200 per person for first-time guests at radiotravelgroup.com.
Sunny 93.3, be sure to celebrate Flag Day at Veterans Memorial Park. It's coming up this evening at 7 o'clock. Dan Farris over here was just telling us a little bit ago about Flag Day, but this is the local celebration. There's a ceremony with some guest speakers, a patriotic concert saluting our veterans by the Sioux Falls Municipal Band, and the event is free. It's also open to the public. If you'd like more information, I do have a link to the details in the on the Facebook page for Sunny Radio, and you can also check it out on the Summer Fun Guide at siouxfalls.org/parks. Again, I've got a link to it at facebook.com/Sunny Radio. Credit cards, they can be trouble. About 12 years ago, we did a debt snowball program and got rid of our credit cards. We were debt-free except for our house. It was awesome. But over the course of the next decade, our credit score went down. That sounds weird, but they need open accounts to give you a score. Our lower score made our insurance rates go up. We decided to get a credit card to help with that. We just pay it off every month. If you want a better credit card, check out bettercreditcards.net. They'll help you compare all the different cards to get the best one for you. That's bettercreditcards.net. Sunny 93.3, thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. He has our celebrity news right now.
Ooh, you know him, you you love them. Celebrities are fabulous. I've always really liked this guy.
Oh, who's that?
And now things have gotten a little hinky. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Just
saw that.
turned himself into New York police.
For what?
Groping some woman.
Past Thursday.
Oh, that's right. We just talked. Yeah, that's
Apparently
right.
old allegations, but yeah, he didn't need a police escort. He didn't need a warrant for his arrest or anything else.
Like, yeah, it was me. I did it.
Turned himself in. Well, what he's saying is, no, I didn't, and there's tape that proves it. And, he's just going, yeah, no,
That didn't happen.
Apparently an alleged groping incident at a nightclub a couple weekends back. Cuba Gooding, probably his biggest starring role, is opposite Tom Cruise,
Right.
who may or
Show
may
me the
not
money.
play in.
It all comes full circle, doesn't it?
But a movie, my favorite Cuba Gooding Jr. movie, is a little thing called Radio.
Oh, that is a great movie.
Oh, yeah. John loves that
Excellent
movie.
Radio. If you've never seen it, dial it up.
And Radio is his nickname in that movie, by the way.
Yeah, and it's based on a true story. And it
Yeah, it's cool.
and have a box of tissue with you.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Woman, alleged victim, said in a police report that Cuba grabbed one of her hoots last Sunday night at the Magic Hour rooftop bar and lounge in Manhattan. She said Gooding was hammered, that the encounter led to an argument that had to be stopped by security. Gooding says, you know what? The place is filled with cameras, videos, and everything else. What she thinks happened really didn't happen, and blah, blah, blah.
Maybe she was the one that was hammered, is what he's saying?
He's just saying, she says this, I say this.
Or maybe
the
it was
evidence should
just
be there.
wishful thinking, attention getting type of a
That
thing.
could be.
Well, and then someone, and this always happens when there's an allegation like this, it seems to me these days, all of a sudden something will come rearing its head from years and years ago,
He
too.
did that to me in third grade.
Case in point, law enforcement are now saying, according to the New York Post, woman claims that Gooding grabbed her behind about 10 years ago at a Manhattan restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, you know what?
Come on, ladies. Shake it off.
But it's really interesting.
If it happened, it's bad. But if it happened 10 years ago, why didn't you say something 10 years ago?
I'm just going to say this, and we're all products of our upbringing. We're all products of our environment. We're all products of blah, blah, blah. My mother's 85 years old.
Yeah.
Still lives in Minneapolis. Unfortunately, she's still driving that Lincoln around. If you see a pearl-colored Lincoln heading your way, just turn. just turn. But, we're talking about this stuff, with Donald Trump presidency and everything else. And my mom goes, you know what? I spent most of my life, getting come-ons from guys and grabbing them. She says, you stick up to yourself. I've slapped a couple. I've, popped a couple in the face. I've, it's like, it never occurred to me to run to the law or lawyer up. It's like,
No, it's ridiculous.
It's weird.
It's just, it
That's
just
her
makes me
attitude.
sick.
Maybe that's old school, but I see stuff like this, and here's some woman from 10 years ago. I think Cuba Gooding might have brushed my buttocks. I'm calling the newspaper.
So she thinks that he might have. She doesn't even know that it was him and doesn't even know for sure.
Well, I think sometimes people smell a little do-re-mi and
Thank
get
you.
a little
Yeah,
crazy.
thinking
Or
that
a spotlight,
she accused
something.
him,
So,
yeah.
whatever.
Well, I hope that all gets ironed out, and I hope it ends well for everyone involved, but I doubt that's going to be
I'm
the
not
case.
saying he's innocent, guilty, or anything else, because I just don't know. I'm just telling you what happened.
It doesn't matter either way. It's
And I really like the movie
ridiculous.
Radio, so yeah, I'm just hustling the movie Radio, although I don't get a cut of that.
You should.
I'm telling you right now, I've had my butt grabbed by far less classy people than Cuba Gooding Jr.
It's all a matter of who's doing the grabbing.
Right? I'm just saying, if it would have been him that did it, I would have been hoping. Did you get a picture of that? Somebody get a picture of that?
Somebody-
I want to blow it out and put it on my office wall.
Nobody's going to believe me. I don't know why.
Wow.
That's
And
where we go.
This
Dan,
is
thanks
why
for-
Heidi's never at the women's marches.
Well, Dan, thanks for stopping by.
Man, my pleasure.
Again, Dan Farris.
I leave here just exhausted.
Will you take Heidi with you when you go this time? I'm just asking for a friend or everybody that's listening, one or the other. Actually, we do have Jordan Goodman coming up here in just a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.